And we're live.
Oh, so it's been a minute. Few months probably.
Yeah.
Maybe at least two. Um, some shiz. Some
Stuff's
stuff's
going
been
down.
happening. What
So,
what do you got going on?
so if you've noticed lately, not much has been going up on the channel, and I promise there's a reason behind it. So, mostly for me, between work, I've been spending some time with the family over Thanksgiving and stuff like that, and then I've been grinding on Call of Duty. So, between those three things, it's been hard for me to make videos, and I've just been super stressed out. A lot of stuff with work. Had a lot of people quitting, not showing up, so I've just been super tired and not wanting to do anything. And then I had some family issues at Thanksgiving. My grandpa had to go to the hospital. I don't know if I told you about that, did I?
No, you
Oh
didn't.
shit. So it was Thanksgiving. We had just got there earlier that day, and it was like I want to say like 7 o'clock at night, and we just got done eating. Not Thanksgiving, like that. This is like the next day. We were just eating
Oh,
to
okay.
eat because we had other family coming up, but he started feeling all like hot and sweaty, and then he's like, I'm gonna go lay down, and he tried to get up, and he just like fell back, and he was like passing out, and he was like delirious, like his lips were turning blue, so I had to call the ambulance.
Oh
And
my
on
god.
fucking Thanksgiving, I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking die. My mom was like fucking holding him, and like, no,
Oh my
like how
god.
horrible would that be,
That's
holding your
not funny.
fucking dad, and he's about to fucking die in your arms? Like, I
Uh,
was like, oh my god. But they came there, and like by the time they got there, he was already like conscious and just saying, he's like, I'm better, I'm better. He threw up on the ground. I think he was just like choking on his food because he just, it might have been like coming up or something, and he just kind of passed out and wasn't able to throw it up. But they ended up doing like a blood test and stuff on him, and it was just that he was dehydrated. That was it. So thankfully, it wasn't a fucking heart attack or nothing, so he's
ah,
okay.
that's
So,
scary.
yeah, so I drove him back home. We left on Saturday night, so I mean, he came back the next day. But so
Right.
that was scary. And then a couple days ago, I think it was Monday, my dad texted me. He's like, "Have you talked to your mom at all?" I'm like, "You mean just in general?" Or he's like, "Well, your sister went to the hospital." I'm like, "For what?" She had a seizure. I think it was in class or something. I'm like, "Oh my fuck!" So this is like right after my grandpa went to the hospital. Now my sister's in the hospital for fucking having a seizure, and they ran an MRI and all that stuff came back normal. So I don't know what exactly it was yet. I was supposed to call my mom tonight. Actually, I got to do that later. So
How old
and
is
kind of
she?
talk to her and see. They're changing her diet right now. It was either change the diet or they were talking medical marijuana. So obviously they're gonna try the
How
diet.
old is
But
she?
she's like 11.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that she's young. My wife, I don't know if I ever talked to you about it. I think I did. She had a seizure whenever she went to go in to get surgery on her leg, to like strip a vein, and they gave her the anesthesia, and I was at work. So like I couldn't take off of work. My boss was on vacation. So her mom drove up from Texas. They take her back, they give her the anesthesia, and then she has a fucking seizure on the
Jesus
operating table.
Christ, that's fucking scary, man.
So my mother-in-law calls me and she's like, "Hey, this is what's going on." So I like leave work and I'm headed to the hospital. But like in Missouri, if you drive, like if you have a driver's license, you have a seizure, you can't drive for 6 months. Boom, instantly they take your license. So it would have like completely derailed our lives. Luckily, she went to the doctor, seen a neurologist, and they cleared her. Said it was probably stress induced, just because she was having surgery and shit.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's scary. That seizure
Right.
shit. It's,
Yeah, because you never know what it could fucking be.
right. It could be 400 different things, or just a combination of
Right. Right.
the wrong things at the right time. You know.
So, like I was saying, all that stuff's happened. Spending time with family, working, doing the COD grind, and I've just been stressed and overworked. And there's been days where I've slept for like 12 hours just trying to like catch up on sleep and stuff. So, it's been a lot of that stuff, but I'm hoping to get some more videos up tonight and get going on that again. So,
Real reason, Call of Duty.
yeah, Call of Duty, a lot of Call of Duty. But yeah, the fucking grind's real, man.
Yeah, my I've uploaded not as much as I would like, but I also had a lot of videos just sitting there waiting to be edited rendered and uploaded. So I took care of that. Finished uploading Mafia 2. I did upload a few Mafia 3 videos, and then I made just a vlog video and the skit, but that was 3 weeks ago or whatever. Right. So the I work in retail, so the holiday season is just nuts. I've been going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, if not more, and going to school. So, and that doesn't take up a ton of my time. I'm only a part-time student, so it's not like I'm spending 30 hours a week studying. No. And luckily I've only got 1 week left of one class, and then I'm done for a few weeks. So this will be good time to spend time with family and make some videos. But one of the main reasons, just like you've been grinding COD, and that's been eating a lot of your time, I have been playing Xbox. I've been playing Overwatch and getting fucking drunk 2 or 3 times a week.
I see him every night. I'm on Call of Duty. I see Quakeshow. He's on that fucking, what is it, Overwatch grind?
Yeah, playing Overwatch.
I was gonna play with you the one weekend because it was free, but then Call of Duty decided to have a fucking double XP weekend, and I'm like, fuck, and I can't.
Yeah, no. I'm platinum, or I was. Second season just started, but I was
so
platinum.
So is that like the highest you can go?
No, diamond is. So I was second to the highest rank you can get. And I was on that grind trying to get it, and then they reset the season. So now I haven't done my placement matches just because I've been busy. I think earlier this week they reopened the second season, but I need to do that. And I've just been hanging out with homeboys on the Xbox and just getting smashed a couple times a week.
That's the way to do it. I was thinking about buying some yesterday, and then I fucking forgot. I was going to buy some eggnog, too, and I forgot again. I was so pissed.
I've never had eggnog in my entire life.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God.
No, don't tell me that. You probably shouldn't. There's a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah, well, that's why I've been staying away from anything really good, and I've just been drinking whiskey. I drink an entire...
But, I mean, like, if you like rum, put some rum in there.
This is a bottle of Tullamore Dew, right? Okay, this is a 750 milliliter bottle. I don't know if you can read that. It's going to fuck up the focus. So I drank a bottle all the way down to here in one night last week.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, all the way down to where it says D.E. Williams. All that. This is a 750 milliliter bottle. This is, I think, a fifth is what it's yeah.
God damn. This motherfucker right here.
Fucking drunk. But, yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And it's been fun. The gym and Overwatch. I have been playing games. We can talk about that here in a minute. But, yeah. I started playing Arma 3 Edict mod. But yeah, that... I'll go more in depth here on that here in just a second. But how is Infinite Warfare? I know that I've been shitting on the game pretty heavily.
No, I was right there fucking with you, man. I still am. I don't know. Here's the issue with the game. You have a team. I mean, I guess they kind of had some issues after Modern Warfare 2 or 3 or whatever. So, I mean, they still might be multiple companies, but when you have 3 years to develop a game and you normally have 2, and you're missing features that these other games have had for years, like right now, they don't even have leaderboards or a combat record. No fucking lobby leaderboards.
Black Ops fucking 1 was released with the best one ever.
Best
on
one
day
ever.
one. On day one.
Day one. Black Ops 1, like he knows the best one ever. It was fucking awesome. Well, lobby leaderboards, I don't like score per minute. I like how they had it in Ghost, where it was like overall. So that's my preferred, so I hope they do that. Or maybe they can find a way to have both, I don't know. But they added in something where you can view people's like stats, like KD and win-loss in last 5 games. Like you go to the lobby, you scroll over to the right on the person's name, and it like shows it, but that's about it. Leaderboards are coming soon. It's kind of a fucking joke at this point. They've updated like a lot of the in-game stuff, so there's not much like lag, but there's still like if you're in the menus and stuff and you're like scrolling, it'll like freeze. And it's like, how the fuck, like, this Xbox, PS4, 8 gigs of RAM, and it's fucking freezing and stuff, but, oh my god, dude, the Xbox for, like, 3 weeks had this retarded frame drops. They would drop down to, like, fucking 10. Like,
Why?
in-game. I don't know, they fixed it, though. Some update patch fixed it, so it took them, like, 2 weeks to get it out, though. It was horrible, man. Like, you'd be shooting people, and you'd be just fucking dead, and you wouldn't know what happened. It's fucking nuts.
That's scary, dude. I don't understand how we are. What? How many years into the life cycle of the current console gen are we? 2 or is it 3?
3.
3. We've had 3 full years.
We might.
This Christmas is 3, or is this the start of 3? I don't know. Either way,
It's
2
been
or
a
3
long
years.
time.
We are 2 or 3 years. Think about the difference in the game quality that came out 2 or 3 years into Xbox 360 versus the game quality that came out 8 years later after the game came out. I think of games like Mafia 2. That game came out real early in the life cycle. Halo 3, Halo 2 even. No, was that on Xbox original?
Only Halo 1 was, I think.
Okay, so, and then at the very end of the cycle, we had games like Ghost, and which ran incredibly. I mean, it might not have been the greatest Call of Duty ever, but it ran really good. And then, last gen consoles on the PS3, we had The Last of Us. So it scares me to know that there seems to be a clear digression. Like, if you look at the games that came out on last gen, they're slightly less good looking, but they ran better than the games that are on the current gen 3 years later. I don't know. I don't know if that progression is going to be there 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now, like it did on the last console generation. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? Like there was a clear progression last console generation of we're starting here. 8 years from now, we're going to be here. But there was it started as Mafia 2, and then we had Sleeping Dogs, and then
And it's
Grand Theft Auto 5 came out on fucking Xbox 360, dude.
Yep.
And it was gorgeous, So there was a clear progression, and it's been 3 years, and we have seen no progression. None.
And see, here's what I think is happening. So the past 3 years, like, the games have pretty much all looked the same. I mean, you can argue games like The Witcher look really good. But I think what's going to happen is they're waiting for the new consoles to come out. I mean, the PS4 just, dropped, but that's really not even 4K. I don't even know how to explain it. There might be a couple 4K games, but it's not true 4K. And the Xbox Scorpio is supposed to be 4K, so I think that's when the games are going to start to look a lot better. But then again, like I said, you're going to need to buy a 4K TV. And it's like I'd rather have, instead of like the 4K TVs, I'd rather have better like in-game like graphics. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like if you were on a PC, you turn up all the extra special effects and stuff.
Right. The difference between having like the particle effects or extra smoke or hair.
Right. Because you can have a good looking game.
We don't need 4K to have that.
Yeah,
we don't need 4K to have that. We need we need 60 frames a second on fucking console before even start talking about 4K. And
what I think they should do though is either kind of make it like the PC. Like you can have the option to turn on not playing 4K, playing 1080p, have 60 frames, and have all the effects turned up, or playing like 4K. Like have like different options. So you could have like a 4K with effects turned down and have 60, or maybe 4K with effects and play at 30, and then have 1080p 60 with effects or something like that. I don't know. Just like different tiers. Like I could see like for multiplayer games, you're gonna
low,
have
medium, and high, and ultra.
Yeah.
Just presets. Not to where you can go in there and tweak shit like you can on PC, but presets. And I get that, but they need to, and they might be masking trying to get 60 frames out of their current games with just the 4K theme because that's what's going on right now. Instead of saying, because it's a lot easier to sell 4K than it is 60 frames a second.
Oh yeah.
So they might be trying to sell.
They're trying to sell you an Xbox to play with your new 4K TV that you're getting for Christmas is what it is. Pretty much. Oh, Christmas is coming. Let's drop the 4K. You can play it on your 4K TV,
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what they're going for.
I'm
Like
waiting for Microsoft
that's the new
TVs.
thing. That would be kind of cool.
I'm waiting for Microsoft TVs and Microsoft monitors.
I don't know why they haven't gotten into that yet.
They probably own some subsidiary of some company like BenQ or some shit that does that,
They
or
probably do.
LG or some shit. I don't know. Vizio, maybe they own part of Vizio. No telling.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right, should
Have
we go
you-
into the next topic, or did you have something else?
No. I was just I was already there. I was like blowing past. Yeah. Did you beat Dishonored 2 yet?
No.
I figured that you'd at least played through it all.
No.
haven't.
I played the first part. I played the next two parts, and I played one, and I had everything going, and the recording wasn't recording, and I was so mad because the commentary for that one I felt was so fucking good. I still have the commentary. I didn't want to delete it because it was so good, and I had to re-record it, and then I tried recording it again.
Was it like 3 or 4 or 5 videos in to the series?
No, it was like just one video. Like I think everything that I have finished is up on YouTube. I have just 2 of them privated or something like that.
Oh, see, I always feel like I hit my stride like 4 videos in to a series. Like if I do 4 videos consistently, the 4th video is always like the best one. The best example of that's BioShock. If you go look at Mafia 2, even my Mafia 3 playthrough, like that's when I start like getting in my groove.
Right.
And then I fucking take like a 2-week break, and then I'm awkward again, and I gotta get, yeah.
Right.
What happens is you get 4 videos in, and you start to catch your stride, and then your shit fucks up.
And then my shit fucks up, and then I'm just like, fuck it for a week. That's literally what happens. Like, I'll have a week, I'll be like, yeah, recording, and then like halfway through it'll fuck up, and then I just don't give a shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I just need to fucking take a break is pretty much what happens. Like, I just get overworked, and I get so excited, and then it fucks up, and I'm just like, I can't do it.
It's a bummer.
But there was a big update, so I think the Last of Us playthrough might actually happen now if Elgato wants to be working. I'm gonna try and do that before. That'll probably be. I don't want to give like a timeline because I don't know, but after Dishonored 2, I think I'm gonna play that.
I just want it within like, a reasonable amount of time, like the foreseeable.
It's next on my list. Like I started it already.
Oh, okay.
Like I think I have the first episode done. So yeah, Dishonored 2, I'm gonna play some more of that after this podcast. Probably do a couple more, upload those. I don't work tomorrow right away, so I'm gonna try and do some more before work. So that'd be cool. Get some more of that done. It's super fucking good game, minus the PC problems. But I found a workaround for that, so I've been playing at decent frames. I mean, dropping into 40s and 50s, but it's playable.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was playing, and it was doing that. Oh man, I don't want to have like a huge lull here, but while I try to remember this, I was playing again. Black Flag on PC.
Really?
Ubisoft shitty ass fucking PC ports are so bad. Ubisoft, step up your fucking game. Like,
you know what they did this time with the Watch Dogs 2?
Uh-uh.
They delayed it like 2 weeks on the PC so they could actually have a good
tweak
launch. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the PC port for Black Flag is shit. By the way, my computer is a beast, and this game's like 7 years old. And on Ultra, everything max, I can run 60 frames. Like just 60 frames.
Just 60.
Yeah.
Consistently.
That's nuts. But I have a VSync, so it can't go over that. So I mean, it's
right.
But every once in a while, I'll get like this mad drop to 30. It's scary. So, Pokemon.
Yeah, we've been playing Pokemon.
Just for fun?
Yeah, just for fun. Like, I was gonna do a playthrough, but you actually need to have the new DS to play it. Like, either your options are a capture card, which can cost you up to like $500.
Yeah, because you have to buy a whole DS with it like built in, don't you?
Yeah, or you can send yours in, which is cheaper, but it's still like $200, and it's like you might as. So the new ones come with some like new technology in them where you can actually stream it to your computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like a micro HDMI or some shit?
No, like over Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
You gotta have like a good router, but obviously I have that, so.
Right, yeah, you'd be fine.
Oh yeah, so that's what most people are using now. They're not even using capture cards.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
was thinking like a micro HDMI or something. You
No,
just run it to your
that
Elgato.
would be cool. I wish they would have that.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about buying a new one, and then I waited, and now they're sold out. But my thing is, with the Switch coming out, if they do, there's talks that they're making like it's not going to be a port, but it's going to be the same game just remade. Like a you know how they usually have sometimes that they have a third one, like they had Ruby
Oh
Sapphire and then
yeah.
that Emerald. Like they
Yep.
might do another one for the Switch, which
Like
would be
blue, red, and then
fucking
yellow.
cool. Yeah, yeah. So if they do that, I'll buy the Switch. If they don't, I'm not buying it.
I'm buying it. Only reason I'm buying it's for
Well,
Zelda. And
well,
I
if
can't
you
even
buy it
play
and
it
they
on
have
the
some good
fucking channel.
multiplayer game, I might pick it up. But
Yeah, dude. I'm excited for if Splatoon takes off like I want it to, I feel like eventually we'll get some really cool multiplayer stuff on the Nintendo. Like they could have done uh, Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare on the Nintendo, and I think it would have been huge for them. It would have been they would have made so much more money off of that game
oh yeah,
than if
because
they would
it's
have
kid
just
friendly, and that's like everybody who has kids has a Wii.
yeah, and it's not super labor intensive. Like I have a Wii U in there, and we don't use it. Like and I love Nintendo.
You know, that's the thing. Like everybody that I know that has a Wii never uses it.
Yeah,
It, it was fun.
we
For
don't
like
even
5
use it
minutes.
as a Netflix machine. We don't even use it for
Is
that.
it even like speedy? Like I feel like it would be slow. I don't know. I've
Um,
never used the Wii U, so the
it
old
works
Wii
fine
was
for
slow as
Netflix,
fuck.
but it still doesn't play DVDs. It still doesn't play Blu-ray. It doesn't have a DVD drive. A DVD drive. Nope.
Fuck that, man.
No media player. Like I figured that they would come out with some kind of update because it can obviously read discs, but they came out with a specific kind of disc for Wii U games. Like
That's
it's
stupid.
it's its own type. It's not a DVD and it's not a Blu-ray. It's a disc specifically made for the Wii U, and it's like this really soft material. It's funky.
Well, I guess that's not really dumb because they're doing this. I mean, it is dumb, but they're doing the same thing with the Switch with the cartridges. So,
Yeah.
but essentially, that's just I would
Are
assume
they
it's
gonna
gonna be
have
USB.
cartridges?
Yeah,
For sure.
that's the thing, dude.
I don't remember that.
But
in
here's the
tra-
thing: pretty much all they are is USB sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, just
I
digital
wouldn't even be
copies.
surprised if it was just a cartridge with a fucking USB in it, and you just fucking plug it in.
The only thing that sucks about the Wii U in particular is they have a decent online store. Nintendo does for. Let me take that back. Their online store sucks, but they've got a decent amount of games on there that you can buy online. But the problem is that they came out with two different size Wii U's with a 16 gig and a 32 gig.
You can't upgrade it.
No,
Shut up.
and there's no external memory expansion. None. There might be no. I take that back. There might be like a SSD, or not an SSD, but an SD card slot. And but I
Okay.
think it's only up to like 32 more gigs or 64 more gigs.
Okay.
So if you download like
Well, their games aren't too crazy big, are they? I
if you
don't know.
download a newer game, it is like
Like a Zelda or something.
yeah, Wind Waker HD was like 16 gigs or some shit or 8 gigs or I mean it was a lot. And if they plan on having a decent base of downloadable games like the Xbox does or the PS4 does, they're gonna have to have terabyte hard drives. If they don't have a terabyte hard drive in the Switch, I might not buy it. Like I just don't see a point. You know,
That's true.
it's just I'm not gonna waste my time and my money on
It does look fucking cool though.
yeah it does look pretty
Like I
sick.
think the gamepad thing is impractical, but I don't know. It looks cool.
It depends on who you are. I notice my kids, if they have the option to play a game on their iPad or play a game on the system, it's indistinguishable the difference between them versus me. I'm like fucking play a game on a tablet. That ain't shit, you know.
Yeah.
I want like a controller or a keyboard, but they're like tablet games are the same concept to them as any
Right.
other game, you know.
Kids
So
love the touch thing, and
they'll be laying on the couch with their knees sucked up to their chest and the screen like 2 inches from their face, and they'll play a tablet game for, hours on end. So, it's to them it's no different.
all right. So I want to hear what you've been doing because I don't know what the hell you've been playing or what's going on. I know you've been doing some streaming.
Yeah, I got really sick, like very very ill. So sick that I couldn't really talk for several days, and I decided I was like, well, I really want to play some video games while I'm home from work, but I can't record. And all I wanted to play was Mafia 3. I'm like, man, I just want to play this, but I can't play it and not record it. So I put that off, put that on the back burner, and I had been talking with you and a couple other people about doing a Twitch channel based around 100% completes. So playing games from start to finish and completing every single objective in the entire game, all the way to completion. So when you load up the game at the beginning of the game, where it says like your file, like your username, and then next to it, it would say 100%. So there would be, I would load into the game, there'd be nothing to do. Um, so I started playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I have been thoroughly enjoying that game. I have not played it in several years, but I bought it on sale on PC, and I've been just trying to grind through that.
So how far are you into actually completing it then 100%?
Like 26%, and I've
I don't
probably
remember
played.
how far I got into it because I played it too, and I was doing a whole bunch of that extra stuff. I never 100%ed it, but I did a bunch. It was fun. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I beat the game twice already, and then I was going to try and 100% it on the 360 forever ago, and I think I got to like 91%. But there are these weird online like friend based things, and I'm gonna have to
You're
do
right.
some.
I
I'm gonna
remember
have to
that.
do some research onto how I'm gonna make that happen, and I might have to reach out to some people. Like, I don't know. That's gonna be a grind, but I'm gonna fucking make it happen.
Especially now, yeah, like nobody's gonna be on that.
Nobody's playing that shit. So I'm just gonna have to figure it out.
You're,
Worst case scenario, that's the only thing I don't do. You know what I mean? So
right.
I load in and it's at like fucking 99%. And then I can say, hey, addendum next to my achievement. But I believe that after I get that done, the only other game that I've ever played to 100% is Far Cry 3. So I'm going to do another playthrough of that game.
They just need to make a Far Cry that's fucking co-op so we can play it. That's not
Oh
like some
my.
shitty side story co-op.
Could you imagine Far Cry 3 in the style of How to Survive?
Isn't it kind of, well, I mean, well, yeah, that's what I want. Just a fucking like even drop in, drop out.
Not
Something.
even drop in, drop out. Like I like drop. Well, yeah, that's drop in, drop out. But I'm saying like the How to Survive fucking mantra of getting dropped on an island. You have to survive, but there's a storyline. You're trying to figure out what's going on, just like how Far Cry 3 is or Far Cry period.
Right.
But it's 100% co-op. Oh my god, would that not be the best game
That'd be
ever?
fucking dope, dude.
It sounds like Dead Island.
Just
But I
imagine
want
the
it to.
graphics too, like they could have nowadays. You're just like you just start off in some fucking lush, fucking dense, fucking jungle. No idea what the fuck just happened. Like I don't know. Kind of like maybe I don't know. Maybe you were at some party or something like that, and you just got fucking smashed, or maybe they drugged you or something like that, and they just fucking who knows what happens, and you just get put in this fucking jungle in the middle of nowhere.
Right, you get a. See, I want basically the story to Aliens Requiem. Did you ever watch that?
I have, but it was a long time ago.
Or I believe that's what it's called. Maybe it's Predator. I don't remember which one it is. But the one with Adrian Brody in it, and they kidnap all these
Is that the
people.
newer one?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one at the end where they were like, I remember that one. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I've seen the ending part where they're going up against the big fucker.
Yeah, they take all these people. It's a Predator movie. It's not an Alien movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And they drop them on a fucking like some random planet, and then they just randomly find each other. That would be the best.
Yeah,
best.
they go hunting for him, right?
Yep. Then they band together and they like try to fucking figure some shit out.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah,
So
that would be fucking. What's that? Oh man, there's a book that's kind of like that. I'm sure the Simpsons have done an episode on it where they like, they capture him and these guys try to hunt him like for a human game or whatever. Like that would be kind of cool. Like they drop him in a jungle and they're fucking being hunted.
that's the storyline to Pest. But the most valuable game or something along those lines.
Yeah, something like that.
Something along those lines. I can't remember. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, yeah. That would be, oh man, that'd be so
That'd be
sick.
fucking cool. Like you and four of your fucking friends are being fucking haunted and you're trying to escape.
Yeah,
They could even turn that into an online game mode, like hunters versus fucking survivors. There you fucking
yeah. It'd
go.
be kind of like Dead by Daylight, but just
Yeah,
not horror based.
yeah,
Yeah, they
that'd be
drop you in.
fucking dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool as shit.
We just need to become game writers, I think.
I think so. Just one person has like a rifle and a couple things, right? They got to pick their kit, and
Yeah,
then you take four people and you drop them on this island, and then they're like Far Cry Primal. They got to like make sticks and shit, sharp
right.
sticks, and they got to band together and fight the guy. Yeah, it's basically Dead by Daylight
Mixed
mixed
with
with
what's that one? Evolve. Because you can get the trapper too, so you got one
yeah,
dude laying traps and shit. Like you're walking over the grass and there's fucking trees and they get fucking caught up in one of those nets. You gotta
yeah,
save your fucking buddies or they're fucked.
yup, dude. Why is that not a thing yet?
It needs to be.
Um, yeah, so I've been streaming that. I have been playing some Mafia and I have been playing some Mass Effect now that I do feel better. Um, I really, 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 really want to play Mass Effect like so bad. I just want to really dive into that game again and just crack out on it. But I know that if I do that, I'm never going to finish Mafia 3. So I've been holding back real hard on doing that so that I can finish Mafia 3. Um, I'm super disappointed with that game. The more I play it, the more disappointed I am. And it's
Really?
fucking pissing me off. Yeah. The game is great. The story is great. But it's going to be like Tomb Raider was. Tomb Raider was a grind for me. Great story. Great story. Oh, man. The ending of that game, Tomb Raider, Rise of the
See,
Tomb Raider,
that's
was
my
so
problem
good.
with open world games is they fill it with like repeatable missions and grindy shit.
Right.
That's
So,
why I didn't like Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm like I don't want to grind. I want a story.
right. So I'm going to end up probably just banging Mafia 3 out, playing story mission after story mission after story mission, and getting it done and being satisfied by the end of it. But there's no reason in any of these games anymore to veer off the path. There's no reason to do anything extra anymore. Do you remember when, like you in Skyrim? Oh, you didn't because you're yeah. In Skyrim, when so there's a main storyline, right? And that main storyline, you could just run through that game in like 8 or 9 hours. Not kidding. From start to finish, 8 or 9 hours. Boom, done. Right? Or if you really wanted to change how the world worked around while you were the main story was still the main story. It had the same arc, it had the same, but there were different things that would happen. You could there was effectively like 4 or 5 different stories mixed in. You know, you could go to the Brotherhood, the Dark Brotherhood. You could go to the Thieves Guild. You know, you could. There was a vampire storyline with the DLC. There was werewolves, other things mixed in. There was legit reasons to do those other things. In these other games, it's just about money. It's like I'm going to give you. There are these side quests to build up your racket amount, like the amount of money that you gain from these affects how powerful that district is in the game. So if I do like a bunch of missions where I smuggle marijuana, then it's going to make the person who is in charge of the marijuana sales more powerful. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So it's just like these repeatable missions that the only thing they really do is just get you more money every
Right.
time you
I
do
heard
something.
like that's like the main focus of the game, but you can't actually do that much with the money.
Right, yeah, there's not there is, but it's because a fucking hunting rifle is $2,000 or $25,000.
Oh, okay.
It's like this is I would rather them give me $20 every time I murder somebody. I just fucking blat somebody's ass and it cost $5,000 to buy a machine gun like in real life. They make some bullshit $20,000 fucking sniper rifle in 19 fucking 60. You
Fuck.
know,
The real life intervention isn't even that much.
that's what I'm saying, man. So there's just certain things in the game that are a super bummer. The storyline's great so far. There's a few twists and turns as far as little side quests and shit that you have to do, and building up your racket is kind of cool. But overall, it's just going to be me blasting through the story and enjoying it, and I'm sure I will. But Mass Effect, oh my god, I just want to play Mass Effect. The I just really want to delve into that game. I did buy a couple games though. I've had BioShock Infinite for forever now, and the plan was that I was going to play BioShock 1, play BioShock 2, and play BioShock Infinite on the channel. But what I decided I was going to do, because BioShock 2, from everywhere I read and everybody I know who's played it, said just to read the synopsis. So what I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video on BioShock 2, and I'm going to not read the synopsis, but summarize the game. Almost like a storyboard. So, probably like a 5 or 10 minute video where I break down the story and what happens, because it's insignificant and it's going to be kind of a joke, but not really. And then I'm going to play BioShock Infinite, and I'm super excited to play that game. I've been wanting to play it forever, but it's just way down here on the list. But I did buy 2 games that I am super excited to play. 3 games, sorry. I have a problem. But I bought 3 games that I really want to play. The first one is Rage. I played Rage forever ago. It is a super interesting story, a super interesting world, and it's not a long game. I'll probably blast through that in 1 or 2 days. I bought The Walking Dead Telltale Story Season 1 and 2. I'm going to play that. I'm going to do it. I played through the first season on Xbox forever ago. I'm gonna replay that. I'm gonna put it on the channel. And then I bought Life is Strange, that game about the little girl who can control time. That's a Telltale game as well, I believe.
Okay.
Or it's very similar to a Telltale game. It might be by a different company. But yeah, that's kind of what I've had going on, and that's kind of where my mind is going, is those games. I just need to fucking finish Mafia 3.
I don't know. I was just literally just tonight I was talking with this dude at work because he was asking me about games and stuff, and he was talking about Mass Effect. I'm like, yeah, my buddy, he fucking loves Mass Effect. He's like, yeah. He's like, have you played them? I'm like, well, I played the third one a little bit. He's like, yeah. He's like, I just bought them all and I want to play them all again and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, they're pretty good games. I know I don't know if I beat the third one, but I played through most of it. I think I had to return it or something because I had it for like a week.
So the problem with the third game is it's the best game mechanically, and it's the best visually, but it's the worst story. So if you don't play the first and second game, then you don't appreciate the third game.
I think that was my problem. I didn't know shit for anything about anyone. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I feel like it would have helped if I played the first 2.
Yeah, it's worth playing because it visually looks good.
The problem
and it plays
is,
good.
like, after playing a game like that and seeing how good mechanically it could be, it's hard to go back and play the other ones.
Oh my god, the first one's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. It looks like butthole.
Like, don't they have a remaster coming out or something?
No,
or some trilogy? I swear to God.
I wish they would. I heard something about it too, but fucking fat chance. Andromeda comes out in
April, is it?
March, I think.
March, okay, I was close then. That's what I told
And they would have already announced that and released it, guaranteed. Because there's 3 games that you got to play through before that one comes out. So, and they're not connected in any way. I have a theory. We're going to talk about Mass Effect Andromeda here in a little bit, okay? We're going to talk about it. I'm going to break it down. So...
that was fucking spot on.
The problem with that game is the first one came out so long ago that it doesn't play very well and it doesn't look very good. But the story is great. It's awesome. It's very interesting. It's not like any other game I've ever played. But the first 2 hours of it are complete garbage. I played that game for the first time. I borrowed it from my buddy, and I made the mistake of borrowing Fallout New Vegas and Mass Effect at the same time. And he was like, whatever you do, play Mass Effect first. It's one of my favorite games ever. Just play this game first. And I'm like, okay. I had never played a Fallout at this point, ever. So I borrowed that and I played like the first hour of it, and I was like, this game is garbage. I'm never playing this shit. It fucking sucks. It's trash. And he's like, you just need to play through the first like 6 hours of the game, and then the next fucking 25 are going to be excellent. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm never playing it. Just here. I brought it back to him the next day. I was like, I don't even want to borrow this anymore. I was like, I'm going to play the other game though. And then about 900 hours later, I was done with Fallout New Vegas. I played the game until the disc broke. The little center ring on the disc had cracked and I couldn't even play it anymore. I had to buy him a new copy.
Damn.
It was like months later. He was like, you gonna give me my game back? I was like, it's broken. I'm gonna have to buy you a new one. He was like, nah. I was like, I played it so much. Dude. I worked
awesome.
I worked at like I worked in retail then too. And I worked at a place that sold televisions. And I was so addicted to this game that I was bringing it to work and playing it on my lunch. Bringing my Xbox to work, hooking it up and playing it for like 30 minutes on my lunch.
That's fucking dedication right there.
I love that game. And then after all that had passed, he had finally talked me into playing Mass Effect again after Mass Effect 3 came out, and I'd seen all the trailers and stuff. I think that was about the time Gears 3 was coming out as well. And I was like, oh man, you know, this trailer looks badass. He's like, you just need to try it. And then I got lost in those games. I played the first one all the way through, and then I was like, I have to play the other two games. So I went to Walmart and I bought the trilogy. And instead of playing the first or the second and the third game, I just started over the first game. So I beat the first game and I loved it so much that I immediately played it again. Like, I'm talking, I started another playthrough the day after I bought it, or the day after I beat it. So I played 30 hours into a video game and then just immediately started over. So,
Damn.
But the reason being is because by that time the third game had come out after I had beat it, and because I had played it for 30 hours.
Did you know about the storyline carrying over before you played it the first time?
No. Well, I did. He had vaguely told me about it, and I kind of caught on as I was playing the game, like I was making these decisions, and I worked with the guy, so I was talking to him at work about it, but he was like, I don't want to ruin anything. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So what I did was I bought the book for the second one, and while I was playing the first one again, and then I was kind of reading, but not like spoiling anything for myself. And then I was reading online about what to do in the first game to, you know, get the best storyline and all that other shit. So I just completely played the first one again. So before I had played the second one, I had played the first one twice. And then I played the second one, and then I played the third one. And then I proceeded to replay the entire series 4 more times. One after another. I didn't play another game except for Mass Effect for an entire year.
Jesus.
So, but now I've played the first game like 11 times. The second one is my favorite. I've played it 15 times. And the third game I've only played like 4. Yeah, I've played 4 times, complete series. I got a perfect ending on the last time that I played the third game, and I haven't played it since. So, but the second one is my favorite. I've played that game a ton of times, 15 times, I believe. So, and this will be the 16th time that and the 15th or the 5th time that I play the third one. So it's definitely, oh man, Andromeda. But we're gonna talk about that.
Making me fucking excited to watch that shit when you fucking play it.
It's so good, dude.
Is that a prequel? Is that what it is?
No.
It's a new storyline.
I could just break this shit down because we're about to go into games and trailers and announcements and shit. And
we'll wait for that. We'll wait for that.
Okay, I was gonna say it's gonna be like a fucking 20-minute rant. So, and I'm so excited, and it's a really cool like twist and storyline. The way that they decided to do that game is great. But you texted me yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? And was like, "What you know about that crash announcement?"
Crash.
And I was like, "What?" I still haven't even watched the trailer. Have they? What are they remastering the old ones, or are they remaking?
Essentially, what it is it's Crash 1, 2, and Warped, which is 3.
Right.
And they're 100%
That's the only one I ever
remaster. Like, This isn't like, oh, they just painted the graphics over. This is a total rehaul.
So they're remaking the games, basically.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, they keep everything the same, but it's like, I don't know. Oh, they do show it. Try and pull up the trailer right now. It's really short-ish.
Okay.
But essentially what it shows is, you know how they do things where they show the old and then the new. It does that a couple times in there, but it looks fucking good. Not like not like something you'd expect from like the Ratchet and Clank one. It's not that good.
I was like, is it going to be like the difference between the new Ratchet and Clank and the old Ratchet and Clank?
No, because that shit's fucking nuts, dude. That's my favorite game on the PS4. Like I played it through 4 times. 100. One of the only 2 games I have 100% on there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that says a lot. Like I don't do that shit.
It's a grind. Holy fuck. No way.
But I'm excited. I'm gonna play all 3 through. I don't know if I'll 100% them, but I'll play the shit out of them.
I don't know if you've got this on the screen or not. If you
Should I do that?
you can, I just wouldn't show the volume. I wouldn't put any volume.
Fuck.
Wow, dude. Wow.
I can put it in after. I can edit that after.
Yeah. If it's worth it. I mean, it might not be worth it. This is nuts. This is like, yeah.
And the boss battles, and like I remember Warp, dude. The boss battles are sick as fuck. Some of those levels, like, kind of got that like Arabian Nights feel. There's a couple cool ones in there. You get to like ride the polar bear and shit. That was fucking cool. So
it looks good. It looks way better. Like,
yeah, it's
way
more along
better.
the lines
That's
of like a
exciting.
PS3 graphics, but when you compare that to like PS1, PS2, yeah.
Yeah, before it looked like hammered ass. It would be hard to watch now. I go back to games like that I played when I was a kid, and I'm like, I'm hard, like having to look at it, like where the fuck is my character?
Right.
This
like
is
I had a hard time playing. What was it? Fucking Ghosts on the Xbox One versus like the newer ones. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I remember what it was on the the Xbox 360, and like the difference, like when you went from the 360 to the one, was like, damn, this is good.
Yeah.
And then you go back now, and it's like, what the fuck is that? So I guess that's a little bit of a, increase in graphics or whatever, but.
Right, but there hasn't been an increase in when the console came out.
But I think that was partially because it wasn't a complete. We're just making it mostly on the Xbox, and then they're gonna go back and make it for the 360. It was from 360 to Xbox One, and now they're not even making them for the 360.
The thing
anymore,
that bums me out is Infinite Warfare. Is the first Call of Duty to have zero, zilch, nada previous gen shit, and it still sucks.
And
it still looks
sucks.
like ass. It doesn't play any better. It's
The sad thing is, I don't even like playing remastered. I didn't enjoy it one bit.
At all?
So the issue with the game itself is fine. Okay, obviously there's issues with like the ×3 nades and whatever. M16 is more balance issues that were in the original game, and I think even more so now since the connections are way better. So the M16 is just fucking melts. But I heard there was actually a glitch in the original game, like the coding, that your bullets wouldn't always hit, which is why the M16 wasn't as overpowered as it is now. But like it's a bunch of tryhards. Like all the pros and stuff are playing it. People camping in corners and just doing frags and shit across the walls. It's not fun. Like if you want to try your ass off and you played it back in the day and you know all the routes and stuff, yeah, you'll probably enjoy it. But if you're new to Call of Duty, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
right. I never played it. I didn't start playing Call of Duty. Well, that's a lie. So I actually started playing Call of Duty on the PS2 online on like direct wired connection back before like Ethernet cable, when it was like a phone line. And I played Call of Duty 2 on my PS2, and then Big Red One. Do you remember Call of Duty Big Red One?
Yep.
That one had an online multiplayer.
I wanted to play those so bad, and I had the phone line too. I just didn't know how to set it up at the time. I'd never used online. I thought it was something you had to pay for. I didn't know it was free. I wish I would have known.
It was totally free. You didn't even have to make an online like name, really. Like you did, but it wasn't like you could just make a new one every time you got on. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to worry about like an email and shit. You just typed your little thing in.
You just type a name in and just use that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would just plug that shit in and play, and
I
it was
wish they
fun.
had like a mode of Call of Duty where you could do that. Just go in and just have fun instead of having to worry about stats and shit all the time. I mean, yeah, you could not worry about it, but then you get those people who send you messages and oh, it just
I
makes
have
me
a
try harder.
real interest in this Call of Duty World League thing. The China Call of Duty or whatever it is. Like they have one Call of Duty over there that they just update.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's pretty much all the Call of Duties combined. Like they have every single zombies in there, and they have
I
like robot cyborg zombies. It's crazy.
Is it possible for us to get a hold of this?
It is using a VPN.
Ooh,
It's
you might have
possible
to.
to play online. I seen I think Syndicate played it one time or something.
Yeah,
It
you might
looks
have to
fucking
learn.
crazy though.
Yeah, I wonder how much the game costs though.
I think it's free to play because it's got like the stuff in it.
You just
You
have
can
to
pay
buy
for it.
like.
You just got to download it. But the thing, I don't. I'd have to look into it. It's possible to play, but it's all in Chinese too, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah, yeah, that would suck.
You know, if there's anything holding you back, it's like, yeah, what is this thing? Okay. I
Yeah,
know that's a gun, but what the fuck is that? So,
right. So they announced Red Dead 2 since the last time we did a podcast. Not since the last time we talked, but
I want to play that
Wait.
too. I just, if I had things the way I wanted, which I might soon, maybe when I'm done with my Call of Duty grind here, I'll Last of Us 2, Red Dead Redemption, and then probably gonna play some more PS3 games until some other stuff comes out. I kind of do want to play Watch Dogs 2 on the PC.
yeah, I haven't. I've looked up very little gameplay of it, and everything I've seen on it, I didn't like.
I mean, I like the first. I mean, I pretty much 100%ed the first one.
I liked the first one, but it also had a lot more dark atmosphere to it. It was sneaky, dark,
It
like
seems like a Saints Row move, like from 2 to 3, like the cartoonish.
yep. Yeah,
Which I
that's
didn't.
what
But in that game, it fit perfect. I mean, I kind of like the atmosphere, like the GTA style, but I think they were just trying to do their own thing. Trying to
Yeah.
separate themselves from Grand Theft Auto. So
It got a lot darker in 4 though. Saints Row 4.
it did, yeah. That was a good game.
It was a lot darker, like the atmosphere of the game.
We do
And
need
I
to
just,
play Get Out of Hell.
yeah,
I've never
yeah.
played it. I don't think you
I've
have
got,
either.
I think I've got it on PC and
I
on
do.
Xbox. So
Sick. We'll play that. That'll be a co-op
play.
one.
I don't know. I haven't really heard too much about Red Dead 2 since they put out the trailer, but I'm Red Dead 2 was the first video game ever that I pre-ordered,
Yo, if that has online multiplayer, we're playing that.
and it was I was so excited for it. Like when they delayed that game, I was fucking mad. Like mad. It was the first game that I was genuinely like fucking mad when they delayed it, and they delayed it twice. Each time for like 6 months.
I'm just telling you now, with Westworld out, the hype's gonna be real for Red Dead. Like everybody's gonna be wanting to play it.
I
They
know
want that
no
Western style game. We'll
I
talk
know
about
nothing
that
about
later.
Westworld. Yeah. You're gonna have to explain it. Am I gonna binge watch this shit tonight?
Setting. Yeah, the season finale. I'm so fucking excited, dude. It's so good. I'm addicted, bro.
I subscribe to that Pirate Bay, so
Do it. It's good. I actually got a website where you can just straight up stream it, and they get it
Ooh.
on like 5 minutes after it's up. So it'll even I don't know how HBO. I have HBO, so I don't know how
you'll
it
have
works,
to.
but
Yeah, well, I do too. It's just in the
I'll
other
learn you.
room.
It's easier than I don't even use that anymore. I just stream it.
Yeah. Learn me when we're done.
It's good.
So we talked about the Nintendo Switch a bit. So we'll kind of
There's
glaze right past that.
yeah, there's nothing really.
It's. We all watched the trailer. My other thing is I wonder how much it's going to cost. If it costs more than $299,
I was gonna say it's gonna be 300. That's what I would guess.
If it's if it's $399 and it doesn't have a terabyte hard drive, I will probably never buy another Nintendo.
I could see
product
them
in my-
bundling, like if you were gonna, I could see the base model being $299 and a terabyte being $399, but you might need to include like not for $100,
like a
you do it
game,
yourself.
yeah.
yeah,
Like
in a game or a pro
if they-
controller because they're gonna sell that separate.
Oh yeah, that would be fine. I would be cool with that. I'd pay $399 for terabyte hard drive and a pro controller or a game. It
Yeah,
wouldn't even
one of the
necessarily
two.
have to
I would
have
pick the
both.
controller though. Well, games aren't usually that expensive. Are they usually what?
It
40?
depends on how much.
Or are they 60?
Well, the pro controller is now for the Wii U is like $30.
Oh, that's not bad.
But
Oh well, for the Wii U, yeah.
I don't know. But Last of Us 2, the trailer was like yesterday or the day before, and fucking Joel's alive.
Oh yeah, I forgot what do you get stabbed or something at the end?
Well, he was like fucked
Spoilers.
up. Yeah,
I
spoilers.
haven't actually played it. I just watched it through. That's the only reason I know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
I'm working on the playthrough, guys. I promise.
Right at the end, he like got shanked, and then he was like trying to help her or whatever. Remember, he was walking all sideways and
Yeah.
shit. And then, yeah, but they never like revealed whether he was alive or not. And now, in the trailer, what it looked like to me was she was bitten, and now that's the storyline.
I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Like I seen she was like bleeding and stuff, and like she just killed a bunch of zombies, and now she's pissed off at somebody. So I wonder if that's gonna be the start of the game, or if there's gonna be like a prequel, and then it brings us up to speed on what has happened so far. Like this is like the middle of the game, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they'll
I
show
guarantee
this in the
that's what
beginning,
happened.
and then they'll go back to show what happened, and you'll play through it.
Yeah,
Type of deal.
probably. Yeah, yeah. Yep, I guarantee that's what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
but that's actually a
Guaranteed.
good point, though. I feel like somebody fucked her over, and she got bit or whatever. Now she's gonna go try and kill him before her time's done,
Yep.
type thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm super excited. I didn't play Last of Us either because I don't have a PS3 or PS4 anymore, or PS3 anymore, and I never had a PS4. So, but I did watch Tetra Ninja play it. Shout out to him. His channels.
So
Fucking awesome.
rumor has it you're gonna be playing as her and not Joel.
I'm totally cool with that. If
Well, you played as her in the DLC, though. I think.
you played as her in the last half of the game, or didn't you? Because remember, Joel was all fucked up at
I
the.
think you'd switch. I feel like they should just switch on and off because I like both characters. They're both really awesome, and that's
Yeah.
the good thing about those Naughty Dog games. Like their characters, you actually feel for them. It's not just like
Yeah.
some piece of shit. Like yeah, whatever. If he dies, whatever. If they die, you care.
Right. It's like
You know.
it's a big deal. You know, those I think in those two characters in particular, the relationship they have with each other strengthens the relationship that you have with the character. So
Right.
like the fact that the other character is going to mourn that character dying makes you like them or not want them to die even more because you don't want like if Ellie died, Joel would be like devastated and you don't want Joel to be devastated, you know.
No.
As much as you don't want Ellie to die just as much as you don't want Joel to die for Joel, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the so do you have any game that you're in particularly excited for that you want to talk about before I go off on this Andromeda raid or
I'm trying to think because we kind of
rant?
went through other ones. Like I said, I'll probably play Watch Dogs maybe, and we got Sniper Elite coming up in April.
Yeah, something
February.
like that.
That's soon.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, the other game that's coming out soon, Dead Rising 4. I was gonna make this guy play it, but it's not a co-op
No
story.
co-op. Yeah, so that's gonna be all you, homeboy.
I might play it. I don't know. I liked the game, but I liked it as a co-op.
Yeah, it was
I
good
mean-
co-op.
They're gonna have like your basic co-op where you just fight hordes of zombies, but I don't really care for that. Same reason I don't really care for zombies. Speaking of, I did make a video where I played the zombies in Infinite Warfare, and it's good. I know a lot more now, so I might make another video, but it's super fun. It's cool. I really dig that 80s type theme they got going.
If there was a way for me to purchase the zombies mode separate from the game, I would probably buy it. To be honest with you, if they had like some, even if it was like 25,
Well,
30
I would
bucks.
just share it with you, but I don't know if Shelby's planning on playing it or not. So it's kind of a
Forget
butthead.
show.
Yeah, but you can buy it. You can afford it. You got the school money.
Right.
Nah, but
I just don't want to buy it. You know.
I don't blame you. I mean,
This is the first Call of Duty that I haven't bought in.
I want you to play it though, because I want you to play remastered.
Right.
I really do. Because I've just been like, when I do play it, I don't like. I just have fun. Like I usually just snipe. Like I don't really try to go super hard and kill people. It's just this. So Infinite Warfare is my try hard game, and Modern Warfare is kind of like I'm just gonna have a good time and get shit on.
If it was Modern Warfare 2, I would have bought it. I would have spent the money and just bought it for just Modern Warfare 2.
if Modern Warfare 2 comes out next year with the remaster, oh lord, bro.
Oh,
I'm just saying right now though, if you didn't watch the video I did, they fucked the intervention hard.
I sort of kind of watched. I think I
Fucked it.
did.
I just
Yeah,
unlocked it.
the sound and shit was all fucked up.
Yeah, it
We knew
sounds
that.
bad. The reloads. The gun looks like a fucking pencil, like your number 2 motherfucking yellow pencil. Straight up, like hexagonal. Like what the hell is this? And it's just no. Hit markers out the ass. It's terrible.
Yeah, I, they really fucked that game up.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking.
They need to be fired.
I'm really interested to see how this. And I know that you don't follow esports too much anymore, but I think that I follow Optic pretty, not intently or intensively, but I follow them. I watch all of the Vision episodes. I watch Hex's daily vlogs, and he has super extended Optics base. They now have a championship CS:GO team. They have a championship Halo team, and they have a championship Gears of War team. They own the 4 best esports teams on the planet now.
It's fucking nuts.
Their CS:GO team just won the ESL, CS:GO, the E League championship of the world like a couple days ago. So they won a tournament, like a big tournament, which is insane because they're a relatively young team. Like they're all pro players who've been around for a while, but they're together. They're a pretty young team. But I'm really interested to see, because he's ramping all that up so much because he knows Call of Duty is about to fucking go away. Because nobody wants to watch anybody play Infinite Warfare.
The problem is Counter-Strike, like, it's been the same shit for 10 years. You need something new. Like, I don't even care to play it just because I don't like it. I really don't. Like, it just feels clunky. It feels like how it looks. If that makes sense.
When they get into Overwatch, I'll be pumped. That game, I know that you're not a huge fan of it, right? And I know that you'll probably never buy it.
The problem is
But-
I like it. I just don't like how they presented it. Like,
Well, there's no level system. There's no. It's
that's why I play Call of Duty. It's the only reason. I mean, I like the core, like,
mechanics of the game.
mechanics
and
and how it feels. It's fluid. That's why I like it. Overwatch,
Right.
even
Well,
though it's
and I like-
fluid, it's still clunky with the characters.
It is and it isn't. Once you get into it, and once you, so I have a main. My main character is Roadhog, and then like once you figure out what your main character is, and that's probably like maybe 1 or 2 of like the easiest characters in the game to play. But I've gotten really good with that character in particular. Like so I would say that I'm probably, if you took 10 people who main Roadhog, I'm probably like in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Of those people playing the character as their main. So when you find out what your main is and you learn all the mechanics of that character and the proper way to use them, then the game gets so much better. Because then
here's
every
my
other
thing.
character
Like, I
that
enjoyed
you're
playing the
using-
game. Like, we were fucking like having close matches and stuff and doing well, but there's nothing to go for. Like, you're just playing to play.
Well,
I can't-
there is once. Okay, so the first 25 levels are a grind because there's 25 levels that you have to grind through. You have to grind through 25 levels, and then competitive is opened up. And then after that, you play like 10 competitive ranking matches, and then you get ranked, and then you're grinding for rank. So you fucking sweat fest, and you win points for winning games, you lose points for losing games.
Yeah, that's okay, but it's never been enough to keep me like. Dead by Daylight has a ranking system and it resets every season or whatever. But like, I could easily just fucking grind through that, win games, and get my rank up, and it just didn't. I don't know, didn't do it for me.
See, this is not like that though. You cannot just grind through this. You have to fucking sweat fest. You have to get
Yeah,
good
but like, what's the
players.
point of getting it just to say you have it?
Well, to say that you have it and to be that rank, like when you log on and you go into play, Like you're playing with the best of the best. If you're
See, like
diamond,
if you like acquired something for reaching the top rank, or like in Destiny they had like the what was it, Trials something.
Trials of Osiris.
Yeah, it's something like that, or the Iron Bat Trials of Osiris, I think it was, and you had to win 9 games in a row without losing, and you get to go to this place and you get all this like super special loot, and you get like this emblem you could wear saying you did this. Like if they had something like that, I could see maybe doing it like every season or something, or maybe every couple seasons they give you some kind of special emblem. You could say for this season, like if they have one special one a year that you could like compete in like against everybody, and if you got in the top certain percent, you get these things to unlock.
Well,
That'd be worth
you
going
get a badge.
for.
You get a badge,
Okay.
but
Do you keep it?
for the season, yes.
Yeah, they got to do
But
something, man.
I think they're working to that. They just implemented like 3v3s and 1v1s and things like that. The 1v1s are really awesome because you can't pick your character. It's just random.
Ooh.
You and the other guy have the same character and you have to 1v1 each other. But it's best of 5.
Okay.
And then there's 3v3s and you do get to pick your character, and I think there's a couple different variants in there. But there's loot crates that you get in the game. You get them every time you level up, and then if you do 3v3s, you can do 9 of them, right? But you can do as many as you want. But when you win your first 3v3, you get a loot box, and then when you win your third one, your 6th one, and your 9th one, you get a loot box, and you can do that every 4 days.
Okay.
So there's collectibles in the game, but you're also ranking up each character in a sense. Because you're collecting their skins, you're collecting their sprays, you're collecting all their things. And like as you get duplicates and things like that, then you get currency for those, and then you could just buy them. So you say there's one really rare one that you want, and you haven't gotten it, but then you earn enough money, you can just go and buy that shit.
Okay.
So there's things to get, but it's not like a progression system through the game.
Right.
As in, at this level, I unlock this. It's kind of RNG, kind of not RNG.
Right. And it's all cosmetic stuff, right?
Yeah, it's all cosmetic.
Okay. See, I like that. Like, here's my thing. Like, Call of Duty's got to make money, right? You know how they have the supply drops, They said it was only going to be cosmetic, but they lied. Or at least Vonderhaar got duped into thinking they were going to do that, and they're like, you know what, fuck this guy. We're making some money. But I was thinking, I'm like, what if they do something like kind of like Counter-Strike, where, well, I mean, it's the same game every year, but they actually did, like, if you have COD points, they actually transfer over to Infinite Warfare. So it's a complete currency now, so that's going to be...
Did you lose them on Black Ops 3, though?
Well, yeah, I fucking didn't know they were going to do that, and I just fucking used them. So I have, like, a whole shit ton of crypto keys, but those aren't COD points. I had like 2,000, which really isn't that many. It's like $20 worth.
But that still sucks.
Yeah, so I have like 2,000 crypto keys that I just can't do anything with because I don't need anything. I like have everything. But my thing was, what if you're gonna do that, don't have duplicates. They had so much shit in Black Ops. I still don't have everything. I have maybe 95%. I still don't have all the skins.
Right. If you get it.
It's easier for people to spend money if you know you're eventually going to get everything rather than just gambling. You don't need to have gambling. Yeah, you can have a type of gambling like you don't know what you're going to get, but you know you're eventually going to get it all. Like, I mean, let's say you spend $100 and you spend another 100, you might never get the fucking thing you're going for. But if you keep spending money and playing the game and you unlocking it that way, you know you're eventually going to get it.
Right.
I mean, yes, it's harder to do it playing the game, and it's even harder in this fucking game. You barely get them. I've been playing for fucking like a week and a half, and I have like 500 keys, which is like 15 boxes, which you probably won't get shit from.
You did some math. How hard is it to
you get about
to unlock the epics or whatever?
Yeah, so it's really random. Like I spent a little bit of money just to see how it was, and
of course you did.
It's bad. It's pretty bad. I think the first one I only got like 1 or 2, and that was it. And then I opened some and I got 1. Like it.
How many weapons are in the game?
Not many. There's a lot of variants though. So if not including the variants, there's 5 assault rifles, 5 SMGs, 3 LMGs, 4 shotguns, 4 snipers.
So probably like 30 guns, right? Maybe less.
And then you got your classics, so close to 25 to 30.
Okay.
Which is
and
a
then
little bit
each
lower.
one has like 4 or 5 variants, right?
Yeah. So yeah, 4 variants. Each one has 4. Then you got your launchers and shit, which don't have any. Classic weapons don't have any variants. And they are going to be adding more variants. They've already said in the stream they're adding more in. So there's going to be duplicate, like they'll have multiple epics, I think is what's going to happen, and multiple like legendaries and shit. So each gun is going to have multiple, which is going to be weird because my whole thing with the variants was like when you get a kill with it, it shows the color of your variant underneath. So you know, oh, he's got that gun with that variant, you know what it does. And if you start including more than one, you're not going to know.
Right.
So that was my idea behind it. Like, it required you to have the knowledge, and if you know what the knowledge is, you know what the gun they're using, and you know what you're going up against. But if they do that, you won't know. You have a kind of a guess, but you'll never surely know. So that was kind of a thing. But like, if they do something like I was saying, like where it doesn't do duplicates and you can just unlock everything, people are going to be more apt to spend money if they know they're actually going to eventually get it. And then have some way to transfer like your shit over. Like, you shouldn't have to spend that much money just for 1 year. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Or all that money that you spent,
like the Counter-Strike thing, like where you could sell your shit, because you know people be walking around a Counter-Strike with their $800 knife or whatever, and just shit like that, and it's like you could just sell it. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they had some problems with that, but I'm sure like maybe they could do like weapon trading or something would be really cool. Just to make it so if you get like a duplicate or something, like give it to your buddy. Let him fucking have it.
You should be able to sell it back.
Yeah.
You should be able to go. You should be able to go in to Black Ops 3 right now, and you should be able to sell your guns and all your variants and shit back.
Dude, if I could do that, holy
if you could sell them back and then like get COD points for them, but then you don't have them anymore.
Yeah, I would do
like
that.
So if you go back and play Black Ops 3, you don't have that shit no more. You don't have the Shadow Claw or whatever because you sold it, but you did get COD points. They would have to make it worth it though.
Yeah, because they'd have to make it worth it. But like, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. There was something else I was gonna say, but like something, we could like trade weapons or something. Like if you got duplicates instead of just, because they had the option where you could burn them. Like they should give you that option back. Like you burn them or keep them, then you can give them to other people or trade them. You know, have like a kind of currency. But then again, I guess that's kind of gambling with money and stuff too. So they kind of got to be careful with that. But if it's just the weapons and stuff, there's really no real money. If you're just doing it peer-to-peer, you can't sell it for cash or nothing. I mean, I guess realistically you could. If you went on like a website, hey, if you give me this gun, I'll give you so and so much money. But I mean, it's whatever.
Right, but then they wouldn't be involved in it. It would be an outside
It would be an outside thing completely. Like, you wouldn't have any trace of it at all.
Yeah,
it's not like a gambling website.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. All right, so Mass Effect Andromeda. All right, so here's the deal, Pickle. First game, Commander Shepard finds out that the Reapers are coming, and they are going to try and bring civilization to its fetal state again, so that like it's like a loop. They come every so many thousand years and wipe it out into a fetal state, and then it grows again, and then they wipe it out, right? And he's like, fuck that shit, I'm stopping this. So the first game, he convinces everyone that it's real, basically. Nobody believes him, and he gathers up all the information and is like, look, this shit is fucking happening. And then the second game, it's him building his army to fight everybody, right? So he's building his army, he's convincing everyone to join our side, like, Earth is with you, like, we're going to do this together. And then the third game is the war. The third game is the culmination of everything crashing together and happening, right? So in the overarching storyline, you meet lots of characters, some shit happens, and all of it boils down to this one big battle on Earth, right? All the Reapers come to Earth. There's this huge battle. Huge. I mean, the biggest battle scene in any video game or any movie ever. Millions of ships, millions of soldiers, billions of soldiers, all in Earth's atmosphere, converging on these giant creatures that are bigger than any skyscraper on Earth, just blasting fucking lasers, pew pew pew, and it's like this massive battle. Everything's getting fucked up. So the problem with making a storyline after this in this universe is there's several different endings to Mass Effect 3, and a couple of those endings are Earth gets fucking destroyed. There are these things in Mass Effect called mass relays, and they allow you to transfer from system to system. So, in a galaxy, in a galaxy, there's different systems, right? And each system has its own sun. Each system has different planets and moons and shit like that. Well, we are in our system, okay? And then we're just one solar system, in our galaxy, okay? Well, the Andromeda Galaxy is the closest galaxy that we know of as humans in real life, that we can see. When we look through a telescope, we can look out and we can see the Andromeda Galaxy. We know it's there. We're like, hey, there's fucking planets and shit over there. And it's not part of our galaxy. It's separated, right? That's real. So what I think the concept is to get away from, if they destroy the mass relays in this video game, we don't have the ability to leave our system anymore to go to different systems, different planetary solar systems within our galaxy. So you watched Interstellar, right? I know you did.
Yeah.
So the concept in Interstellar is they load these fuckers on a ship and they blast them to a different galaxy and tell them to find another planet, right?
Yeah.
So Andromeda, the concept for it is right before what I think. They haven't even announced this. This is just a fan theory. What I think the concept is right before the battle on Earth takes place. They load these fuckers in a ship and they blast them off into space and say, we're sending you the Andromeda Galaxy. Go find a new planet for Earth. Go find somewhere before all hell breaks loose that you can rebuild civilization. So the reason that this is so exciting is they released a gameplay trailer for Mass Effect Andromeda. And if you're watching this and you haven't seen it, pause the fucking video. Phantom, you can watch it after this. But pause the fucking video, go watch that shit, write meow, and you will understand what I'm about to say. I believe that this game is going to be a mix between No Man's Sky, Mass Effect, like Dead Space, and I don't know, like a RPG style game like Fallout. So Mass Effect was a pretty story-driven game, and there were like little towns and things that you could go to on planets, and you could explore some planets, like you could get out in a rover and fly or drive around and shit. But I think that one of the things that you're going to be doing is you're going to be mining and you're going to be collecting materials and you're going to be going to different planets and trying to gather resources to start a civilization. So that's where like the No Man's Sky-esque thing
I was
comes
thinking
from.
when you started talking about going to explore and stuff, I was thinking that Star Trek where the 5-year exploration thing they got going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that, except they're not just exploring, they're actually going to, have a new place to live. But
Right.
something similar to that where they're going and exploring these different planets that are in this Andromeda galaxy or whatever would be kind of fucking cool. Like they go to a first planet. I think you've seen a little bit of that on Interstellar where they go to one planet and it's just this all water. So they go to different planets and they're trying to find the right one.
Right.
That would be fucking cool.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. But the thing is the Andromeda Galaxy is literally another galaxy. There's like other shit already going on there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're interjecting ourselves into where it's not like we're going to another inhabited planet. There's people there. There's other things. We're going to go and discover other civilizations. We're not going and discovering things that haven't been discovered already.
Right.
So we might be going into, I say we, but in the game we might be going to a place where it's already been decimated. Like what we're fearing may have happened there. So no telling what they're going to find, but I think that that's the concept behind Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'm so fucking excited for it.
So these because I don't know much about the Mass Effect, these aliens that were attacking Earth and stuff, like, is it just Earth?
No, it's the entire galaxy, but Earth is its biggest threat, like because the humans were the first ones to stand up against it. So think about the world.
So why can't they just use these Mass Effect relays to go to a different galaxy? Like, how do these aliens travel? Can they like use those?
Okay, so the aliens Um, they're like godlike beings. They're not human, and they're not machine. They're like perfect beings. They speak telepathically. Like they're godlike beings. They're created by other creatures. There's a DLC called Leviathan, and they talk about it. You'll see when I play the game, but they're not of this world, if that makes sense. When they go away, they don't like go to another planet and lay down and hang out and wait for a couple thousand years. They like go to some mystical fucking place. Like it's I don't understand it. It's hard to explain.
It's fucking weird.
It's
so
like
they got
fucking,
like their own like dimension or some shit.
Yeah, they don't really ever say, but they're like godlike beings. You know
It's
what I mean?
fucking weird.
So, but Earth is the youngest civilization in this. So, and we're also like the rebels. We're still trying to. Earth just recently discovered the ability to travel, like within. The
So
last
you said these like
100
alien
years.
things were like trying to, were they like harvest us or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, so and we're the only ones that stand up to it. So does that mean the other ones just like accept it? Like is their fate?
No, they don't accept it. They think we're full of shit. So they're like blind to it.
Oh, okay.
So what happens is, so these Reapers, to dive into it a little bit more, okay, the Reapers are created from the likeness of the last civilization that they destroyed. So what they do is they destroy an entire civilization, and not just one civilization. It's not like they're just coming back to destroy Earth. They're coming back to destroy everyone. They're going to go from planet to planet to planet to planet and destroy everyone.
And how are the other ones not going to notice?
By they're so powerful that by the time they notice that one is gone, they're all going to be gone.
Oh, it's that quick? Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's
are
like
all these other planets like in the same galaxy then? Like these aliens just moved in?
they're
and-
the same galaxy, yes, same
Okay.
galaxy, but they're all in different systems. So imagine like a mall, right? And you have one big mall, and then each store in the mall is a different galaxy. But then like 10 towns over, there's another mall. That's how Andromeda is. Andromeda is the other mall.
So they're like a different galaxy, but within the same system? Or is it like system within a galaxy?
Yes. So they're in different systems in one galaxy, and we're just one system in the big galaxy, or
Okay.
Earth is. So we just recently, within the last few hundred years, figured out how to travel between galaxies, or systems. I'm sorry, it's very confusing. So, but what happens is we colonize this place called Eden Prime, and we find a Prothean beacon, and Shepard touches the beacon, Commander Shepard, and he like gets a vision of everything that happened before. So he's trying to tell everybody. But
So
what
is
they
this
do,
like a vision from the other like system that got destroyed by these creatures?
yes,
Okay.
yep, from the last cycle. So what they do is they come in and they indoctrinate people, and they get them to help them. So like what they do is they gather people up like a big meat farm, and then they build a ship, and then they start harvesting people on the ship, because they're like synthetic creatures. They're perfect human and machine combinations to make like a synthetic being. So what they do is each time they do a cycle, they create a new Reaper. So imagine if they'd done this 100 times, there would be 100 Reapers. It started with one, and then the one created another one, and then they created another one, and then they created another one, and they created another one.
Okay.
So every cycle they create another Reaper, and each one of them looks a little different because they look like the last civilization or the last type of people that they base it off of one of the in particular people or types of creatures, right? So this time their main thing that they want to harvest is humans. So their goal is to create a Reaper that looks like a human.
Okay.
And yeah, so they're trying to wipe everybody out and create another Reaper. And then so they wipe everybody out, they bring it to an infancy, and then they leave with the other Reaper that they created. But they need to harvest humans to make that Reaper.
Okay.
And what happens is Commander Shepard builds a team to try to stop them, but nobody else believes that it's happening because there's other people that are involved that are indoctrinated. It's a long story, but it's that's why it's such a good story. There's so much shit going on. By the time that you're at the end, it's like,
No, I
whew.
want to fucking watch it. You need to go play it so I can watch.
Yeah. Now you know why I want to play it so much. I'm like, yeah,
That's gonna be cool.
it's
I'm excited. Well, if that comes out in March, you got a lot of work to do.
fuck yeah. Yeah, I've got 3 games to play before then, and I've got other games that I want to play. So, and it's almost fucking Christmas.
Right. We're getting there, man. There's so much to do. Next topic:
Yeah.
shows and movies.
Oh.
Been watching some
So,
shows.
yes and no. I've been watching mainly The Walking Dead is really the only thing that I've been watching for the last few weeks as far as a
I
TV
know
show
you were
goes.
super into Oz. Are you still watching that, or are you done with that already?
So I fucked myself. Okay, not literally, which I would if I could. I got pretty into it, and it's a great show. But then I found out how it ended, and it's such a bummer how the show ends that I just kind of lost interest.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay.
Yeah, so I can spoil it. You get really attached to all these characters, right? Some of them die. There's so much murder and so much deceit in this show, and there's so many fucked up characters. But there's one character in particular that's in the show from the first episode to the last episode, and he's like this lawyer guy. And he's this real simpleton, but he goes from being like clean cut. He killed a girl. He was drunk driving and he hit a little girl. Has a family to all this shit happens to him. His fucking kid dies. His wife leaves him. He gets addicted to drugs. He becomes a homosexual. He starts butt fucking this guy. Like all this shit happens over 6 seasons. And then how the show ends is the guy he falls in love with pushes him off a balcony on accident and he fucking falls to his death.
That's the end of the show.
Yep, that's the end of the show.
Like, so does this show revolve around him?
Yes and no. So he is probably, I would say, one of like 3 or 4, maybe I would say one of 10 main characters. We'll say one of 10. It's imagine Game of Thrones, but all based in one prison in one unit. So the concept of Oz is it's a prison, but then the show is based in one particular unit in that prison, and it's like an experimental wing where they put like 5 black people, 5 white people. Like they take these groups of people and they meld them all together and then make them survive together. It's really weird, but a lot of shit happens. Like there's a riot and fucking bunch of people get murdered, and there's more dick in this fucking show than anything I've ever seen in my life. I've watched a lot of porn, and I've probably seen more dicks in this than every porn I've ever watched in my life. There is a ton of famous people in it. There's it's a great show. It really is, but it's got like mediocre highs and real bad lows. So I just been watching The Walking Dead, and I've got a new
Are
obsession.
you all caught up? Well, you said you were what, 2
I didn't-
episodes behind?
Well, I didn't watch tonight's episode, but you haven't either, have
No.
you?
No.
Okay, and then I missed last week's episode, but I kind of was given the rundown by a coworker of mine. He said that it was following the one chick, and she found a new group and some other things. Do you want to give me the rundown?
So I'm assuming she's talking about the lesbian chick, and she found like this group of like women people who pretty much shoot people on sight just to keep their society safe. And pretty much what happens is they want her to stay there, but then she wants to leave, and they're like, okay, we'll come check out your thing and see if it's, safe or whatever. But what they actually do is they like take her out and they're gonna kill her. Pretty much.
Shit.
They take her out to the woods and shoot her, and nobody's gonna be none the wiser, and they're probably gonna make up some story. But she gets away. The friend girl who kind of saves her there helps her out again, and then she helps her escape, and then they just go back and do their own thing, and it's probably the last we're ever gonna see of them. So
Really?
the guy she was with, it's one of the black guys. I don't remember what his name was. He's dead. So he just dies. It's just like, oh yeah, he's a zombie now.
It's because he's black.
Wait. I think. Maybe not. I don't think they actually showed if he died. they had a zombie that looked kind of like him, but it was actually a chick and it wasn't him. So now I'm trying to think and remember if he died or not. So spoiler, not spoiler. We don't know if he's dead. He's probably not, but
Okay.
I thought he was dead, or maybe they did show him. I don't remember now. I just watched it like last week.
Member?
Remember?
I'm not caught up on South Park either.
I just watched the other one last night. They're okay.
I've watched 2 episodes.
I want to see more of the member berries.
Yeah.
Member.
I'm gonna get that shirt.
I know I want to.
So you've been watching Westworld.
Westworld, it's so fucking good. There's a lot of dicks in that one too. Big black
Is there?
dicks.
I like those. Explain.
Okay, so
Not the dicks, the show.
okay, so essentially what it is you have like it's essentially like a theme park, amusement park where you can go and live out like your fantasies. So they have people yeah, though no, that's in there too. Like you can do that with these androids. They're like human like androids. So essentially it's basically like a western like town. I think it's around like 130 square miles or something crazy like that. It's huge. It's like a whole state.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
so I was trying to call me. So you got this whole state, and it's just people pay to like pretty much rich people go and they pay to go here and live out their fantasies and stuff. So these people who own it and they have their employees, they write these narratives and stuff, and they have these stories that when you go in there, like the androids will try and talk to you and stuff, and they'll try and get you to do their story, and pretty much essentially like the background of is the are they sentient? You know what I mean? Do they are they actual like you know what I mean? Like if you know what sentient means. And one of the 2 main guys like thinks that they are like he's creating them to be like that, and one of the other guys doesn't, and he pretty much, I'm not going to spoil anything, but he does something to him, and you kind of find out more of what happened in the background. And then you got what's going on outside, like in like the people that created this whole thing and that work for him and are keeping it running, and then you have what's happening on the inside, because there's like 2 different stories going on. And
is it one world? So the show's called Westworld.
So
obviously.
essentially, it's like a theme park, and the people who own the theme
only
park.
one world?
Yeah, it's
Or
one
is
world.
there multiple?
It's just one like theme park.
Could they make like Sea World or Jurassic World?
No, it's just Westworld. It's the only one. That's just it's like the name of, instead of Disneyland, it's Westworld. So you go into Westworld on like a train, and then you arrive at like the main town, and from there, the further out you go, the more intense your story becomes. They can't kill you, well yet, and they can't hurt you or nothing like that. I think they can like punch you and beat you up and stuff. Like if you go to like way out in like the outlaw parts, they can like hurt you a little bit, but they can't kill you. So that kind of stuff happens.
Are you or are you in like a machine?
You're your own self. It's like you go there, like you're.
Oh, so this is like. See, I thought it was like a simulation. Like
you go there and there's these androids that are superhuman like, and it's fucking crazy.
Oh,
it's like a real experience.
Some
it's
Truman
like if you were to
Show
travel back in time, that's what it would be like.
This is like Truman Show.
Yeah. And you can like shoot them and shit, and they fucking die, and then they bring them back, and they clean them up, and they reboot their memories and restart them back up.
Is it different? So you can leave and then you can go back.
Yeah, you can have a different experience every time.
I want to go to Westworld today for 6 hours.
So it's not like your typical. These are like highly advanced. Like these think better than humans. Like these guys, like they're like depending on what you say to them, you could have a different conversation with them every time. Like it's like you're talking to a real person.
Can you carry your story when you leave?
You can carry a story, yeah.
Oh,
they're all talking to themselves, having their own stories and stuff. I mean, I think they're written, but they're programmed to like adapt the story to the situation. So if something happens, like one of the people who come into it interact with, they're called hosts, interact with them and change the story. They're programmed to interact and change their own story depending on that.
So is this following one person or is it following multiple people?
It's like multiple people. There's multiple main characters. So I don't
in Westworld.
Yeah, in Westworld, there's multiple. Like there's a whole bunch of mini stories, and they all have their own main characters in like different section, and some of them intertwine and stuff like that.
So are they all going to the same theme park, or are there different ones?
It's one theme park, but there's a bunch of different towns and stuff. It's like if you were to have the.
So your story could cross with somebody else's, and you not know they're a human.
Yeah,
you could think they were an android.
You wouldn't know.
Oh,
they look. They're human. They're human
cool.
looking.
So like I could be there doing my story, and run into you and not know.
Yeah,
that
you can go in with people too.
There.
Like you can, like the 2 guys that are in the story go in there together.
Oh.
And one of them falls in love with one of them. It happens.
Falls in love with an android?
Yeah. and he knows she's an android, but he's still
In
in
the
love with her.
fucking
They do that too. They have like the parlor where you can go get yourself a hoe and do all that stuff.
get yourself a hoe.
It's
Oh,
so good. It's fucking
oh
cool.
dear.
It's
Oh, dear.
it's so fucking cool though. Like if you haven't seen it yet, watch it.
I'm gonna watch that shit tonight.
We'll have to end this soon though,
How
because
many?
I gotta bounce.
Yeah, for sure. How many
10
episodes? 10. Okay.
after tonight's, yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Last topic. What? We'll do a movie. You seen that new, what is it? Fantastic
Yeah.
something.
I
where
watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them,
There you go.
and it has sparked a new obsession. I started listening to the books, and researching the Harry Potter world way more intensely, and I have and when I say obsession, I mean obsession. I have gone way beyond the average knowledge of a Harry Potter fan. I know about people that you don't even know exist. Like, this world is insane. It's crazy. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was an excellent movie. There was some stuff that I liked and some stuff that I didn't like. But to break down why I became obsessed with this, I'll explain one little thing here. The entire concept of what they're going to create 5 movies out of came from the fact that in the books, when Harry Potter goes to the shack, like out on the water when they're trying to run from all the letters, you remember that in the first movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hagrid comes and he kicks down the door and he's like, "What you got?" And he gives him his letter and then he's like, "Oh, you're a wizard, Harry." And then he's going to take him to Hogwarts. He gives him a letter. In the letter, there's multiple pages. One of them telling him that he's a wizard and he's invited, and the other one has all of his school supplies for his first year. And where all of this came from is one line in the first book, stating, books required for first year. A standard book of spells, year 1. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, written by Newt Scamander. That line right there spawned 5 movies, 5 books, and all kinds of shit. So the concept for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is this guy's writing a book, right?
So this is about the guy who's writing the book that they need for the school.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
So this story happens. Harry Potter's born in 1980. Okay, Harry Potter goes to Hogwarts in 1991. Voldemort, or Voldemort, is how they say it in the books, is born in 1927. Okay. Newt Scamander spends a year from 1926 to 1927 traveling the world and collecting creatures and putting them in his briefcase. I won't ruin that, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Some fucking Mary Poppins shit. And then he goes to New York City. And he's going to go across the country with a particular creature to try to return it to a good spot, right? He's trying to take care of it. But through that entire year, he's been collecting information. He's been writing a book called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And it's his story, the entire story of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The movie is he goes there and he switches cases with this guy, and some of his things escape. It's not the story of how he wrote the book. It's not the story of... It's got nothing to do with the book.
Okay.
It's just one small thing that happened in the process of him writing the book.
Okay, that makes sense. It's kind of like a sidetrack type thing.
Right. This thing happens and it possesses children, and then it makes the child become like a really powerful creature, and then they have to kill it. It's this big arcing storyline, but it's just like a little blip in the concept of the fact that he's writing a book about all these creatures. So I was like so mind blown, because the movie wasn't what I thought it was going to be, about like how much shit has she created, and oh man, that world is so intense. There's so much stuff. Yeah.
I kind of want to see it now. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be good. I'll definitely watch it.
You should go watch it. It's good. I would just pirate that shit and watch it. But it was great to watch in theaters too. I went and watched it with my wife and kids. I was going to do a review, but I didn't feel like I could do a good enough review, like a video, I would need to watch it one or two more times. There was a lot of shit. I would need to watch it with like my phone out and like making notes and shit to make the review that I would want to make. You
Yeah,
know?
I suppose that's kind of hard to do. You really have to kind of pay attention and then
Right, like
kind of go watch it just to do a review. I mean, to be honest.
like I wanted to watch the movie, and then I would probably want to watch the movie to review the movie.
Right, right, yeah, just to kind of have fun and enjoy the experience, and then after you're done, just go back and watch it and see everything you missed, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll probably do that at some point. I'll just double watch movies, watch it once, and then probably watch it the next show.
Right.
For that point, but that's later on down the line.
Later on. I don't think that's about everything for this one.
For sure. Yeah.
This is our short cast, by the way.
Short cast. How long we go, or how long has it been?
Probably about hour 45. I can't tell on here.
Oh, that's not too bad. But yeah, I feel like we covered everything. We hadn't talked in a while. It's probably been a few weeks since we really had a time to sit down and talk. So it's been good.
Yeah, it's been a while. We'll have to play. We haven't been playing anything. We've been doing our own thing.
No.
We'll
we were playing Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops. We're gonna have a series coming to that soon. It's gonna be really fun and frustrating.
I think this weekend, if we're not doing anything, maybe
for
Friday.
sure. I'm down.
If I don't get fucked with my hours, we'll see what happens. Friday or Saturday, we'll try and finish that up, and then we're also playing Dead Island Riptide.
Yes, yeah,
So,
with a guest, with a special guest.
So as soon as we can get all three of us together, we'll probably play some more. I want to play it so bad. Like, I've been itching, man. I've been itching.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it too. So we just need to make time to play it.
Yeah.
But I'm Quakeshow.
I'm Phantom.
We'll see y'all later.
We'll see you. Peace.